In this video, I'm going to show you the best exercise routine for weight loss. These are the exact same tips that I give to all my students, and they've all gone to see some amazing results. So you know it works. Before we get started, don't forget to give this video a like, subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell to get notified every time I post a new video every week. It really helps support my channel. Alright, let's get into it. Okay, my exercise and fitness routine has evolved a lot since I don't compete anymore as a weightlifter. And since I'm also trying to grow other aspects of my life, like trying to grow a business. These days, my number one goal with fitness is to just have fun. I really only do things that I love, that I enjoy doing. I feel like that should be a general rule for life. I do things that I really don't see as being exercise, but more along the lines of fun and play. And I've mentioned a few times in my previous videos that one of the things that we've unfortunately kind of forgotten to do as adults is play. So my chosen form of play these days is doing Muay Thai. My gym is also right on the beach, so I go for a swim once or maybe twice a week. I also go for a short bike ride a couple of times a week. And then I walk a lot. I've made a point of getting at least 10,000 steps every day since I discovered the benefits of it. That's probably one of the biggest changes I've made in my lifestyle since I sold my car. I used to drive everywhere. I was literally the poster child for the active couch potato syndrome. I would drive to the coffee shop that was 2 blocks away from my house because I was just so tired and lazy from training almost every day. Nowadays, I just walk everywhere. I also walk barefoot on the sand a lot. There's mounting research that walking barefoot in nature, also known as earthing, benefited skin conductivity, moderated heart rate variability, improved glucose regulation, reduced stress, and improved immune function. It makes sense from an evolutionary standpoint. Our Paleolithic ancestors didn't really wear shoes for thousands of years. This is why I always say that walking should be right near the top of your list when it comes to exercise, especially as you get older. That's how you defy aging, by maintaining mobility, balance, and movement. But between Muay Thai, walking, swimming, biking, and I started doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu as well. It's often referred to as human chess. So it's not just fun, but it 100% engages my brain as well. That's probably one of the best things I love about doing martial arts. It forces you to be present, otherwise you get punched in the face. But I do a combination of all those things as my form of play and as well as social time. I also lift for a different purpose now. My approach is now going for the minimum effective dose of work. I do the least amount of work I can do at the gym to maintain strength. At the same time, it's also geared towards me not getting injured when I'm playing. Don't get me wrong, lifting weights is still very much enjoyable for me. But I also know that my competition PR days are behind me. For specific exercises, I do a combination of weightlifting, that's my background, and powerlifting. So it's a lot of push, pull, and compound movements in general. I also try to incorporate dumbbell work to fix any imbalances I might have. But everything I do at the gym, whenever I lift weights, is geared towards engaging as much muscle as possible. Again, I basically look for the least amount of work I can do so I can have more time playing. That is quite the far cry from what I used to do as a competitive athlete when I used to train at least 6 days a week, and my body felt broken the entire time. That's why I'm extremely allergic to the concept of overtraining these days, which unfortunately is what's often preached in mainstream fitness today, especially group fitness classes. I used to coach CrossFit, and honestly, that was just the thing to do. Almost every workout is like a near-death experience. Or sometimes people just don't know any better and they go for a run, or they're on their favorite cardio machine, sweating their hearts out. I see the same people running every day whenever I go for a walk. And more likely than not, they do it because they're counting the calories they burn on their workout. Because a lot of people, unfortunately, are still fixated on this oversimplistic calorie counting concept. So you should check out this video if you want to know more about it. But a great example is I was doing a consultation the other day, and this girl mentioned that she was doing hot yoga and she was burning 800 calories from the heat. And I was just confused. I'm like, why are you counting those calories? That really doesn't matter. That's not a workout. Anyway, again, I have zero intention of even bordering on overtraining. To me, an hour-long strength session is too much. My strength workout these days are short. They last anywhere between 10 to 30 minutes max. And then I spend the rest of the time socializing, foam rolling, and doing mobility work. Even doing Muay Thai more than 3 days a week, even though I love it, that's borderline overtraining for me. I definitely can't string several of those days together. Again, my approach now is how can I be strong, lean, fit, functional, happy, healthy, and can kick some serious butt with the least amount of work. On the days where I push it hard, you can bet that I'm taking the next day off or I'm just gonna go really easy the next day. There was a time for a while where I used to feel really guilty about taking a day off. Not anymore. Nowadays, rest has kind of become an obsession for me. Sleep is non-negotiable. I also take a nap every day. And I love Mindy Kaling's quote about this topic when she said, "There is no sunrise so beautiful that it's worth waking me up to see it." I also can't remember the expert who said this, but he said that human beings need at least 7 and as much as 9.5 hours of sleep every night. Especially if you live far away from the equator and you have changes to the length of the days as the season changes. I mean, I have a running joke with my brother when we brag about how much sleep we got, not how little sleep we got. The amount of times I've canceled on people trying to make plans with me that extend way past my bedtime is almost comical. Because the more I learn about sleep and how important it is to maintaining optimal health, the more I realize that it should really be the number one priority for everyone. I think it was Sean Stevenson who's gone as far as saying that sleep is more important than diet. And he's right. You'll die of sleep deprivation first before you die of starvation. And I get it. I really do. We all have stuff to deal with. Everyone's different. Just do your best with your situation, with the information you have now. And if you get a bad night's sleep, don't sweat it. I also now have a better intuitive sense of when it's time to go hard again and when to pull back. Perfect example is when I do hard training days in Muay Thai, I have to take the next day off. I mean, I could train the next day, but I'm smart enough to realize now that I can recover fast enough to go hard again the next day. If you don't listen to your body, I mean, that's when injuries happen. And I've had to learn this the hard way. I can vividly remember specifically how I felt on the days when I've injured myself. I just didn't feel right, my energy wasn't there, I was tired, but I didn't want to miss a training day. I had a serious case of FOMO, so I ignored all the warning signs. And then your body just kind of gives out on you doing the simplest drill. And then you're out for however long it takes for that injury to heal. Looking back, you probably should have just listened to your body and take the day off instead. But hey, hindsight is always 20/20. Just remember this one simple rule for exercise. Only take what your body gives you every day. Nothing more and nothing less. Okay, I kind of mentioned this earlier, but one thing that I've definitely put a lot more emphasis on is doing mobility work so I can maintain my range of motion. If we're talking big picture here, mobility, meaning the ability to move freely, is one of the key metrics of having high quality of life. Especially as you get older, you want to be able to go to places and do whatever you want physically without any restrictions. Coming from a guy who's broken his back twice, or ask anyone who's had a back injury or any sort of serious injury, they'll tell you how much of a privilege it is to move with no pain. So doing mobility work is definitely something that I've put a lot more emphasis on. Perfect example again is I come from the sport of weightlifting, where my body just moved vertically, up and down. When I started doing Muay Thai, all of a sudden my body is moving in all sorts of direction. I definitely dealt with some hip and foot issues as my body was adjusting to this new sport. And it made me realize how weak some of my muscles have gotten. I mean, it's that concept of use it or lose it. So the importance of doing regular mobility work will only go up as you get older. I can't remember the actual stat, but it's an alarming one. Like somewhere in the neighborhood of 70 to 80% of adults can't hold a bottom squat position. They look like a cheap lawn chair because they just fold in half. Or they have to go on their toes the lower they go on their squat. I mean, try this squat test right now. Drop into a bottom squat position and see how you do. And see how long you can hold it. Toddlers do this perfectly, by the way. This is just one of the many reasons why sitting for prolonged periods of time is so bad for you. Your body will literally adapt to this seated position and your cells will become sticky. Do this over time and your hips and ankles become tighter and tighter until you barely have any range of motion. Next thing you know, you can't even pick anything up from the ground. I also put more attention these days to doing maintenance work. I try to get body work done as much as I can. So if getting a massage is in the cards for you, that's great. If not, that's okay. An unbelievably powerful resource you should acquire is a book called Becoming a Supple Leopard by Kelly Starrett. I can't tell you the amount of times I've self-treated myself using that book. I also recently bought a massage gun and it's been a game changer. Fair warning, you instantly become the most popular person at the gym if you own a massage gun. Now, I don't want you to get the impression that this video is somehow elitist. Again, I understand that everyone's situation is different. One of the main things that I want you to take away from this video is find more opportunities to walk. I mean, it's free. Just find more ways to move throughout the day. You don't always need to go to the gym. When you do go to the gym, focus on compound movements, or you can even just do bodyweight movements at home. More importantly, find ways to play and just have fun. Most of the time, again, it's free. The best exercise routine, in my opinion, is the one you enjoy doing while taking ample recovery time. The next question then becomes, how are you actually supposed to eat if you want to lose weight? Because here's the thing, 80% of your body composition is determined by your diet. You can't just freestyle this part. Do you have a proven plan that you can follow? To help you with that, I want to give you a free copy of my Lean Body Blueprint. This is how I was finally able to get rid of all my unwanted body fat without depriving myself of my favorite foods or spending countless hours at the gym. It's a simple 4-step process specifically designed for busy professionals, and it's the exact same blueprint that I teach to all my students, and they've all gone to see some amazing results. If you want to be the next success story, then download your free copy of the Lean Body Blueprint right now. There's going to be a link somewhere at the top here or in the description box. Just click on it, type in your email, and I'll send it to you right away. Hey, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and share it with your friends. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I post a new video every week, and feel free to leave a comment below if you have any questions about this video. Alright, I'll see you in the next one. Virtual high five.